Now, Miguel Melo was next for Floyd. Miguel Melo was 8-1 as a pro, but he had a 204 record as an amateur. Melo had knockout power and was a really good fighter. Floyd Sr. was back with his son for this fight. At this point, Floyd had fought 11 times in 12 months. Yeah, 11 times in 12 months. Floyd put Melo down in the second, giving Melo a bloody nose, but Melo got up to give Floyd a bloody nose in the second also. So another time that Floyd is cut and bleeding in a fight. People don't realize that Floyd has experienced all of these situations throughout his career, being cut and bleeding and those type of things. It's almost like they think Floyd has had fights where the other guy didn't hit him at all. Floyd gets hits every fight. Maybe he does not get hit with clean shots every fight, but he has been hit in every fight of his career. Floyd wins this one by TKO in the third round. Listen to De La Hoya at the end of the fight.
I always know him as Little Floyd. That's my son. I'm Big Floyd. There you go. He don't like me to call him Little Floyd. He don't like it at all. Beautiful Little Floyd. Nice shots inside. Nice shots inside. There you go. So he can't be nothing but Little Floyd, however you want to look at it. I'm Big Floyd, Little Floyd. Don't call me that.
Oscar, you picked up something in that first round when you said that Melo looked like an experienced fighter. You have to remember that supposedly he's had over 200 amateur fights. So he's certainly showing a lot of courage, exchanging with Mayweather.
And Mayweather getting the best of the exchanges, a flurry of punches. But again, Melo showing some strength as he comes back, not landing nearly as many, but with power.
Well, the reason why Melo's staying in there with Mayweather is because of the 200 fights he had in his amateur career. He feels the confidence. He knows he's been up against world-class opposition, and I feel that he can stay in there with Mayweather and exchange punches.
Blood coming from the right nostril of Miguel Melo, courtesy of the tags, the quick tags by Floyd Mayweather. And Oscar mentioned the amateur record of Miguel Melo, 204 in the amateur ranks. Not nearly as much clowning around by Melo in this round.
Well, now he knows that Mayweather's in there very serious. He's taking his time. He's I think, trying to look for that one-punch knockout, which is not a wise move for an up-and-coming fighter. He has to just fight his own fight, try to use combinations, and if the knockout comes, it comes.
Second right solid.
Knockdown.
Landed by Floyd Mayweather. Flush on the face of Miguel Melo, who is looking as if, what in the world are you talking about? But he caught that one flush on the face from Floyd Mayweather.
Matty.
Has a little abrasion on the left side of his head. Good left hook by Melo.
Caught him flush as well.
He there feinted with the right hand and came back with a left hook that caught Mayweather by surprise.
Indeed, why you can't take anyone lightly.
Well, again, Oscar, we may be getting some questions answered about whether Mayweather can really take a punch.
Well, there has been so many cases where up-and-coming fighters who have all the experience in the world, who have all the confidence in the world, they try to take these guys lightly because they have 8 fights and 2 defeats or whatever it is, whatever the case is. They try to take the guy lightly, and then come fight night, that opponent surprises them. So now I think Mayweather right here has his hands full, and he knows that he's in there with a good fighter.
Lack of jabs by both fighters. They're both throwing Sunday punches just about every punch.
They're both leaving themselves wide open. They're going for the body, but they're leaving themselves wide open. If there's a fighter who steps it up and just plays it smart, he would throw the jab, and score points all night.
You'd like to see a lot more patience being displayed by Mayweather.
Well, I think so.
Knockdown.
And the patience there paid off as Mayweather has dropped Melo a second time.
6.
Big left hook right on the button.
And Melo has indicated he wants to know more as Floyd Mayweather takes care of him in the third round. But I tell you, I got to believe that Mayweather knew that he was in for a fight this evening.
He was in for a fight, and Melo gave him a good match. I mean, this kid Melo is strong. He was very confident, but Mayweather, the great fighter that he is, the upcoming star that he is going to do very well, and he did great tonight.
Any questions answered from either of you in terms of Mayweather's ability to take some punches?
Well, he took some pretty good raps tonight, and he's in with a strong, mature guy in there. Showed a lot of physical strength. He showed me a lot tonight, Mayweather. But he does get hit. Gets hit a little more than I thought he would get hit. If, as Oscar said, he would have used his jab, he would have been better off.
As we take a look at the knockdown that pretty much ended it for Melo.
Well, it was a combination of different punches. It was not just one punch, but the accumulation of all the hard punches that just dropped him and just wore him out.
And again, Oscar, the patience being displayed that you said Mayweather should have shown early on, as opposed to going to that Sunday knockout punch. Flush on the chin.
Floyd now moving closer to the title shot against Gennaro Hernandez. He takes on Gustavo Cuello. Cuello was 20-7 and was a tough veteran fighter at the time. WBC champion Gennaro Hernandez actually commented this fight of Floyd's, was a commentator on the Spanish network. Mayweather actually won the 10-round fight by unanimous decision, the first time he actually had to go a whole 10 rounds. Check it out.
Al que más quiere impresionar es al que está sentado al lado mío, el campeón de esta categoría de la Asociación Mundial de Boxeo, porque Floyd Mayweather está dando muestra de ser un futuro rival. Bien Cuello ahora, encontrando la puerta parcialmente abierta y entrando con todos los hierros. Pero vean que velocidad, la velocidad de Mayweather es impresionante, las combinaciones entran. Oh, no, así no es la cosa. El árbitro estaba separando, pero tardó mucho el árbitro en separarse y Cuello.
I apologize for the audio situation here, but as you can see, Floyd won the fight easily. A unanimous decision for 10 rounds. He dominated Cuello. The broadcast that I have here was done in Spanish because it was on the Spanish networks at that time. So, and then it seems like there was an issue with the volume. Also, the issue with matching up editing the video and the audio together. For some reason, the audio was way ahead of the video, so that's why I'm talking through this part, because it's blank and it's mute. So what they're doing is just giving the cards here. They're about to call the cards and grant the victory to Floyd Mayweather, as we all know. So that's basically it, and then we'll move on to the next part, the next fight for Floyd Mayweather in his career. Tony Pep was up next for Floyd. Now, Tony Pep was 39-6. Floyd was still looking for a title shot at this time against Gennaro Hernandez. You know, it's funny that at this time, Floyd was considered a big puncher and not the great boxer that we know him to be today. Now, Floyd's last fight versus Cuello is really when he first displayed some of his boxing skills rather than just knocking guys out like he had been doing early on in his career. He actually had to box Cuello and go 10 rounds, the longest he had ever fought at that time. So now let's talk about Pep, his opponent, his next opponent. Pep had fought over 300 rounds in his career. He's from Canada. Pep was the biggest test of Floyd's young career at that time. He also was the taller fighter with a longer reach as well. Pep was 6'1", and Floyd is only, as we know, 5'8". So Floyd was in the fight, was able to handle the size difference really well. He neutralized Pep's jab, which was very skillful, and Floyd ended up winning a unanimous decision over Pep. Now, at the end of the fight, you'll hear Floyd address those who felt he didn't deserve the title shot against Gennaro Hernandez, and many were saying that Angel Man Freddy or Robert Garcia should have been given the shot. So this fight right here was really the preparation fight for him to get the title shot against Gennaro Hernandez, who was a tall fighter that had great boxing skills, and Tony Pep was a tall fighter that was a boxer. So let's check this out.
Floyd Mayweather talks the talk and walks the walk. This exciting junior lightweight has triumphed by various routes in his young pro career. One constant is hand speed. The unknown variable is how Mayweather will use his explosive quickness. In the spirit of promising punchers, he goes to the body, often. Mayweather cleared a major hurdle in his last outing. He was up against a durable opponent who took him 10 rounds for the first time. It was a big step in the learning process.
I showed the world that, Floyd Mayweather can also box and move on his legs instead of just always stalking a guy. I learned you can't knock everybody out. I mean, you got 10 and 4 rounds, you should take your time, just relax, and go out there and do what you got to do, and that's to win.
Tony Pep brings good credentials into the contest. This native of Canada believes his experience will surprise his American foe. He expects to score an upset. Pep believes somebody looked past him.
I feel really good about this fight right here, and I think that they made a mistake at Top Rank. This is a United States production. He's a U.S. fighter. He's a U.S. medalist, and I think they were looking for someone to test this young man, and they've certainly got that. But I think it's going to be a little more of a test than what they wanted.
He never fought nobody like Floyd Mayweather, so it's going to be something different for him. It's going to be something different for me too, to fight somebody so tall, but it's really no problem for me.
You know what gives a boxer's problems is another boxer. And what gives a puncher problems is a boxer. So I'm going to go in there and use my obvious height and reach advantage, and I may end up turning into the puncher in the end.
I know he's tall, and he used the jab a lot, but I plan on going there and bobbing and weaving, and taking my time and taking his jab away from him, and cutting him down slow.
Well, Mayweather has a lot of confidence. He says, people say that I'm cocky. I'm really not. I'm just confident, and I can back it up, and I want to fight the best in the division now.
That 1996 Olympic boxing team, an outstanding group so far in the professional game. Yesterday, here in Atlantic City, Eric Morrell and Zahir Rahim, both winners.
Good body shot by Mayweather. Pep will need to establish that jab to keep him off. That is his major weapon in this fight. See some of the head movement by Mayweather. He's got some underrated defensive skills as far as slipping punches.
I think it's safe to say that Mayweather is the whole package. And it's just seasoning at this point.
Got the speed, he's got poise.
And still undefeated, pretty boy, Floyd Mayweather.
Okay, thank you, boy. Floyd, you have preserved now an October 3rd meeting with Janelle Hernandez against a style that was similar. You happy with how you handled it?
First of all, I want to thank God for giving me this victory, and I also want to thank my Uncle Jeff and my daddy Floyd Mayweather and all my fans back in Las Vegas, Nevada, and Grand Rapids, Michigan.
What was the key to making a guy that's a good boxer miss you so much?
The main thing, I watched Tony Pep videos, and the main thing I wanted to do was take his jab away and establish my jab and my combinations and get the victory the best way I know how.
Your body shots established the tempo for you early on, and then it looked like you were able to box after that.
He's a tall guy. I wanted to take his jab away and take his legs away because I knew he was going to run, because he know I can come to a guy, but he know I can box. So tonight I show everybody that I can box.
Now, you've wanted the best in the division. You're going to get it. Your thoughts on all that now?
I just want to thank Top Rank, Bob Arum, and Todd DeBuff, for giving me this opportunity to fight for the world title October 3rd against Janelle Hernandez. A lot of guys out there want to say that I don't deserve a title, but I'm not ducking and dodging nobody at the 130-pound weight class. I'm willing to fight everybody and all comers.
You think that fight might look like this one?
I just feel I'm going to get a victory. I can't predict which way and how I'm going to do it, but I do feel that I'm going to get a victory against Janelle Hernandez. But I feel it's going to be a good, tough fight. He's a very tough guy and a game opponent.